Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air, the wildfire emergency in the Northeast and the fire in New York City. Some train service halted. Also breaking, the major factory explosion, multiple injuries. Workers rushed to the hospital. Residents urged to shelter in place. First tonight, firefighters battling multiple fires in and around New York City. And an electrical fire forcing Amtrak to suspend some service. Also, the red flag warnings from New York all the way up to Boston. Army National Guard helicopters now being used for water drops. Winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour, fanning the flames. And the major change now coming in the weather tomorrow. Also tonight, the massive factory explosion in Louisville. Witnesses say it felt like an earthquake. The blast heard for miles. At least 11 people hurt. Part of the facility collapsing. A shelter-in-place order for a time. Tonight, American Airlines now says one of its planes was shot at, too, while flying in and out of Haiti. And this evening, the FAA now banning all U.S. flights to Haiti. The news coming in at this hour on President-elect Donald Trump's new team. Trump now expected to name South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to head the Department of Homeland Security. And sources telling ABC News Senator Marco Rubio will likely become Trump's Secretary of State. And just in tonight, Trump's pick to head the CIA. At the big meeting tomorrow, President-elect Trump and President Biden at the White House. In New York City tonight, the judge in President-elect Trump's hush money conviction delaying the immunity ruling in that case. Trump's attorneys now arguing his felony conviction should be tossed out because of the Supreme Court's decision on presidential immunity. So what happens now? Overseas tonight, the alarming scene in Amsterdam. Protesters setting off explosives inside a tram. Authorities believe some targeting Jews. Some of the attackers yelling anti-Semitic slurs, police bracing for more violent clashes. Here in the U.S. tonight, the father and husband missing, who was presumed dead. Tonight, the stunning twist. After searching for 54 days, authorities now believe he may have faked his own death. And where they believe he is now. Tonight, a Massachusetts National Guard member who pleaded guilty to leaking highly classified military documents is now sentenced. And tonight here, remembering the singer called the First Lady of Children's Music, her unforgettable songs that had the children singing.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here at a very busy Tuesday night. The major factory explosion, workers rushed to the hospital. Also, President-elect Trump and his new picks, his choice tonight to head the CIA. But we begin tonight with the wildfire threat across the Northeast and now multiple fires in and around New York City. In fact, the National Weather Service, again moments ago, issuing red flag warnings from New York all the way to Boston. Tonight, 30 million Americans are under fire alerts. Army National Guard Black Hawk helicopters dropping water on the Jennings Creek fire just miles from the city. Winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour, fanning the flames. And tonight, fires erupting in the Bronx, one in a high-voltage line that powers trains. Amtrak tonight suspending trains in both directions. The images of firefighters gearing up to tackle the fire along the New York-New Jersey border. And the new warnings tonight from the governors of New York to Massachusetts, the whole region bone dry. ABC's Trevor Ault leading us off near the fire lines in Greenwood Lake, New York.
Tonight, firefighters battling multiple fires in New York City. In the Bronx, an Amtrak high-voltage feeder line catching fire. Officials shutting down power and suspending service in both directions. While just outside the city, high winds fueling the Jennings Creek wildfire along the New York-New Jersey border. More than 5,000 acres charred, and residents like Barbara Lambert ready to run if the wind shifts.
So you're ready to leave right now?
Yeah, I got my stuff packed. You don't know. You never know.
Hundreds of volunteer firefighters coming to assist from all over the region, while National Guard Blackhawks make water drops. Today, New York's governor surveying the damage.
Last night, we had a very difficult touch-and-go situation, but I thank God for the teams we had on the ground that created the fire line necessary to protect these individuals' homes.
The danger rising throughout the Northeast. In Massachusetts, where hundreds of fires have broken out this year, the governor begging everyone to conserve water.
And David, Massachusetts governor is urging common sense. Meantime, New York's governor has issued a statewide burn ban as many of these areas are enduring their driest fall on record. David?
Question about that. Trevor Ault leading us off here tonight. Trevor, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg from our New York station, WABC, tracking the fire danger and this big change now coming. Lee?
David, same dry story here in the Northeast. Those strong winds have been whipping all day long, taking some of that smoke from the fire that Trevor is covering right down into New York City from time.